I'm Jake Overgard, University of Minnesota Extension Educator in Winona County. Welcome to our video on watering systems. In this video, you'll see how 4 farms in southeast Minnesota get water to their cattle in their managed grazing systems. Earth Be Glad Farm near Lewiston, Minnesota has been using rotational grazing since 1989. They raise 100% grass-fed beef, free-range chickens, crops, and flowers on their organic farm. They raise about 200 head of beef cattle. Most of their paddocks are rectangular in shape and have a corner with 3 other paddocks bordering it. In order to get water to them, a tank is placed in the corner and rotated with the cattle between the 3 adjoining paddocks. To get water to the tanks, they use the well at the farmstead and 3/4-inch plastic pipe which is not buried. An adapter plus a garden hose brings water from the pipe to the tank. Each water tank has a float and holds 50 gallons of water. They choose to use smaller tanks so that they can be dumped out and easily cleaned. For their operation, it is key to have water available in each paddock. This way, cattle don't have to walk unnecessarily and paths are not trampled and eroded. Hasbroy Farms near Lanesboro, Minnesota milks around 275 cows. They use rotational grazing for their heifers only, of which 80 to 130 are on pasture depending on their pasture's productivity. For example, more are on pasture in spring when grasses are growing more vigorously. The remaining heifers are kept in a dry lot. All heifers on pasture also receive supplemental grain. For their watering system, they pipe water out from a well with 1-inch above-ground plastic pipe. Every 150 feet, there is a junction to connect hoses to tanks. Having frequent junctions allows them to set their paddock size and position flexibly. Water tanks are mobile and are moved from place to place as cattle rotate through the pasture. Redalen Angus started out as a 4-H project with 1 registered Angus heifer, and the herd has grown to 68. Originally, the isolated pasture did not have a well or electricity, so they used river water or hauled water out from the farmstead. As you might imagine, this system was challenging, so they installed a solar-powered well and a holding tank to provide water throughout the pasture. Each paddock has a watering tank. Some of them provide water to 2 paddocks at a time. Brandywine Farm has 150 purebred Gelbvieh cattle and has been rotational grazing for 20 years. In 400 acres of pasture, there are 35 paddocks which are 5 to 10 acres apiece. Permanent pasture is used on steeper sections of the land and crops are grown on the flatter ridge tops. Their water system consists of underground pipe from the farmstead to a hydrant in the pasture from which 1.5-inch above-ground pipe reaches 300-gallon tanks. As you can tell, each of these farms has a slightly different system. However, all are using well water which reaches paddocks with a combination of pipes and hoses. Most importantly, all have water available in each paddock and the system fits their operation. Thanks for watching. Check out these resources at the University of Minnesota Extension website for more information.